I really enjoyed my tour of Kuwait with Walid. I was apprehensive about going alone at first, but Walid was very professional and made me feel at ease right away. He picked me up from my hotel right on time in a large air-conditioned SUV, which was very comfortable. We went to a couple of spots like the Grand Mosque, must-see, the Sadu House, the Souk Mubarakia Market, and the Kuwaiti Towers. All along Walid was informative about Kuwaiti culture and whatever we were looking at, and he was patient and kind whenever I needed extra time to look at things. All in all, great experience with a kind, professional, and experienced guide. Would highly recommend booking with this company. This is the perfect tour for a short stopover. I had around 6 hours, and that was plenty to see the highlights of the city. I was able to curate it as I wanted, which was perfect. Walid, my guide, was very knowledgeable about the city and its history. He was kind, and I felt very safe as a solo female traveler. One piece of advice: if you are doing this tour while in transit through Kuwait, layover, stopover, make sure to ask, in advance, for an address to put down on your visa form. Visa is given on arrival in the airport. Wow! Walid is an excellent tour guide and an expert on Kuwaiti history. The mosque was closed on the day of my tour, so he gave me several alternatives to choose from. He was friendly, humble, and an overall fun person to spend half a day with in Kuwait. I cannot recommend him and his tour enough. He drives a slick and comfortable car. The tour is thorough and you learn a lot along the way. You get to cross off all the major Kuwait attractions while also not feeling rushed. My tour guide, Walid, is from Kuwait, the only licensed local guide in Kuwait, and gave a very informative tour. I chose the full-day tour package as I wanted to see the Martyr Museum and oil exhibition. I highly recommend the full-day tour so you can learn some of the country's history as well as see the current Kuwait. I thoroughly enjoyed the day and only have great things to say about Walid as a tour guide. Walid was an amazing tour guide. He picked us up at our hotel and drove us around to each site, giving us the history and interesting facts about the entire city. You truly feel like a VIP, and I highly recommend booking with Walid. You won't be disappointed. We were even asking him random questions about things that weren't on the tour and he was always happy to answer. Hiring a private guide for a tour in Kuwait City was the perfect choice. Walid was super. He was very knowledgeable about his country and its history and culture and gave us an overview we could not have experienced on our own. He was right on time, with a very comfy vehicle and took us to great spots. We could not believe how quickly the time went. We did a half-day tour of Kuwait City. The car was extremely comfortable. The tour covered all the main sites and we had the choice of visiting whatever we wanted, which was great. The guide was excellent and had a good knowledge of all the sites. He also took us for an amazing meal at the souk. I would totally recommend this tour. Walid was an extraordinary guide on this wonderful tour around Kuwait City. He was knowledgeable and kind and tremendously enthusiastic, and I feel as if I saw the highlights of the city in a relatively short amount of time. I highly recommend this tour for anyone who wants to get his bearings in this special city.